How's it going, folks? Here with some commentary. It's been a while. SPL's underway. We've got the Gen 3 replays to look at from week 1. I'm eager to look at these games. See what the elite are using in Gen 3. McMeghan with a Suicune lead. Up against Gregson. Gonna force out Tyranitar turn 1 and do some respectable chip damage to that Snorlax. Suicune notably does not have leftovers. Wonder what item that is. Could it be some sort of berry? Perhaps a Salac berry. We pivot into Gengar. And then in comes a Pursuit Tyranitar, I guess, because it's coming straight into Gengar. And he goes hard dug and no Pursuit. It was a Crunch. A Crunch. And a crit on the Tyranitar. Oh no. That Tyranitar would have lived. Pursuit Tyranitar invests in health. That is a relevant critical hit, folks. And you would have finished off this dug. This dug being alive is pretty massive. You can eliminate something later. Alright, but free switch to Charizard though, not bad. Looks like some kind of mixed offense. Of course a plane is going overhead, sorry about that. Alright, goes crazy with the focus punch. I guess it's logical, it's locked into EQ, it's free. Starmie gonna force out this Charizard, however. Gonna miss a pump, that's not that bad. We're gonna switch out of here. Are we scared? Gonna just Ice Beam, and that's a lot of damage. Is that some kind of offensive Celebi? Yes, it is. I mean, look at that. The Giga Drain damage was also quite high. Killing after Sand. And here comes back the Dug. See, that crit was relevant. Saved this Dug to now eliminate the Celebi. That's massive. That's another whole other Pokemon getting taken out. Goes straight to Gengar against Charizard. Interesting. Charizard subbing up, and you can now Fire Blast. Gengar actually faster. So it wasn't like a defensive Gengar EV'd for Pursuit. It could have like speed and special defense without the physical bulk or something and still hit this speed. I don't know. I think it's probably not. It's probably just either 333 speed or full speed. I don't think it would be like EV'd for Pursuit. The fact that he switched out immediately is just interesting in retrospect, knowing that actually he would have died to that Pursuit. Rather than going for like another Wisp or something, you just go for the switch out. I guess Gregson easily could have gone for a Crunch mix-up situation. I do feel like I think I would have clicked Pursuit. I don't think it's a great Crunch, but I mean, I don't know. There might be something I'm missing. Anyway, yeah, takes the Gengar and Charizard trade blow for blow there. Oh, another big crit on the damn Snorlax. Another crit. This game's been a little bit bananas. We got a Metagross. Okay, finishes off the Swampert. Dug coming back in, getting even further value. This Dug should be dead, but oh, our Jilgross could actually clean this up, but the Suicune is too healthy. The Suicune's too healthy. But you could boom and then it's a last one situation. Oh, can you match up against... Can Gregson's last? I can't believe we've brought this back to a one-on-one after it looked so bad. And it's a damn Claydol. Okay. The Claydol could make a tie. It lives and it booms for a tie. I mean, I'll be honest, I knew it was a tie in advance because there's 2 games, which means they had to have tied and played another game. But that's crazy regardless. Honestly, well done to Gregson bringing what looked like a dire game down to a tie. Very nice. Okay, game 2. Zap vs Immense. Immense forced out. And it's a simple T-Bolt. And scouts the hidden power. It is in fact hidden power grass, so he knows the Salamence is not going to get killed by a surprise. A lot of damn maneuvering around the Zapdos here. We've got a Jirachi coming in. Tyranitar coming into Jirachi. Pretty safe switch in generally, but that's like the worst thing a Jirachi can have for a Tar switch in is Toxic. That's kind of why they run it, to hit the Tyranitars that come in. Because Tyranitar doesn't mind coming on like a Body Slam and getting parried. Because it just matches up well versus Jirachi. They can't hit it very effectively. And they get Earthquaked. So... yeah, but Toxic actually does cripple the Tar pretty much. And just ate the, wasted the Lumberry. That's good. And it's a Mixtar, I guess, with Lum. That's going to outrun and kill this Scarm. That was probably unexpected. I didn't expect that, to be honest. I expected a DD tar, but I guess it could have been... You know, Mixtars are more typical in the lead slot, but you can see it, of course, not in the lead slot. It's not always a lead, but... A little bit atypical. Not the craziest thing in the world or anything. Whoa, wait. He went for the crazy HP grass there. I guess knowing that Gregson, he's been maneuvering. He's been... The way he played around Zapdos, he went like... Okay, go T-Bolt here, grass here, T-Bolt here. So, Mikmer picking up on that. He's probably going to try and come in on the damn Fire Blast. And he gets a crazy HP grass off. This Mixtar is going bonkers. And will he go nuts again or keep it simple? He goes for a Pursuit! Whoa! Pursuit Mixtar. Cool set. I've seen it once or twice in my life, but... Not standard, but I like it. You know? You can fit Pursuit. It's probably Brick Break or something last. It would be Brick Break, wouldn't it? Yeah, Ice Beam is a flex slot. You can drop it for something like Rock Slide or Pursuit. That's fine. Gonna just... Okay, just gonna go for the HP Grass. Not gonna allow Swampert to come in on T-Bolt, Chip Heal, and get 2 leftovers. Just gonna force the issue. Alright, Breloom gonna come in and take a Toxic. But this is a free Spore now, so the Toxic chip is not too bad on Breloom. It doesn't mind. It's a kind of a short-lived Pokemon anyway. So, gonna get a big Spore. That's a pretty nice thing to Spore. Skarmory. No, not gonna worry about Spikes this game then, probably, unless the Skarm can wake up later. But, yeah, free Punch. Even if he goes Mence, that's good chip. And goes Jirachi. That's great chip. Forces probably a Wish to come out here or something. Or a... Oh, wow, he just wished. I thought he might Protect first. Why wouldn't you Protect first? Wait a sec. Just goes for a Wish. Maybe he thought that Breloom would switch out. It's low, it's toxic, getting Toxic chipped all the way back, all the way down. It's dying almost next turn. But just... I guess Mikmer is like, I don't really need this Breloom anyway. Let's go for something crazy. If I die, it's not that bad. Just takes out the damn Jirachi. Wow. And Breloom's still alive. I guess he's going to Mach Punch on the way out if he's got it. No. Save it for a sack. True. Save it for a sack later. Easy pivot onto that Brick Break. Zap is nicer coming in against... I was going to say it. Nice against coming in against Mixments, but... This one has Rock Slide. And it is... Did the speed reveal this? Yes. Salamence was buffeted before Zapdos, revealing it to be faster. That's a little bit of an eyebrow raiser. If they're faster Salamence, there's usually a reason for it. They might have something like Rock Slide to outrun or speed tie with Zapdos Charizard. And, you know, Hydro Pump to hit like Charizard or Moltres or something. Like some unorthodox Mixments option. If they're faster, is it a little more likely? But not necessarily like blaming Mikmer for this stage. Zapdos is fine here most of the time. And in fact, it even lived a Rock Slide. Mikmer's probably going, okay, even if it's Rock Slide, I still live and I... Plus it's probably a speed tie, right? I'm not 100% sure if it's Modest Zap or not. Okay, Aero. Easy free switch into Aero. 2 Rock Resists dead. Probably no more Rock Resists. Swampert and Jirachi both dead, so I think Aero can just spam Rock Slide until the cows come home. Although this Scarm is being a little bit annoying about it. Can maybe get a Protect off through the sleep? Nah. Doesn't wake up. Does not wake up. What? Oh, he switched move. Yep, I didn't even... I should have known that Rock Slide damage on Scarm wasn't enough. But... To be banned. But it switched move. It's probably Lychee Berry then. And Tyranitar, you know, thought he would switch out. Goes for a Pursuit. Fair decision. Aero gonna just commit to the Lychee Berry for probably a swift cleanup here. Oh, no. Doesn't. Just goes for the kill that time. Okay. Gonna pop the Lychee Berry later once you need it. Whatever. I think you'll be fine in this game, Mikmer. Nothing to worry about. You can even just lose this Swampert. You don't need it. Who needs a Swampert? Gengar last. Very logical. Spin blocker. You know, it's Gengar. And I'm pretty... Yeah, the zap must be slower. It must be modest zap then. Because it was slower on the Sandstorm order and the Lefties order again. And it just lost. Yep, and now Aero can sub down. Not worry about getting intimed later. And just clean up the game with some rock slides. Very simple, very easy. With the Lychee Berry Aero. A lesser seen set, but definitely a viable choice. And Hidden Power Flying. That was a cool couple of games there. Well played to Mikmer. Well played also to BIHI. The first game turning a crazy situation, a terrible looking game, into a draw, giving yourself another chance. I respect that. That is hard to do sometimes. But that's something you can do, folks. You can give yourself another chance. Gave himself another shot. Didn't quite make it in the second game. But you don't see that too often. Altina with the land champ against Hclat, leader of the land champs. What's up with this? What's up with this? Hclat versus Altina. These guys are a couple of heavy hitters. Hclat's the kind of guy, he talks for months about how Blissey sucks, then he brings Blissey in the most important tournament game of his life. So whatever Hclat has been saying is bad recently, he's for sure bringing this in this set. Altina likely has a Claydol. It's a good old flamethrower Tyranitar. That's emblematic of Pursuit Tyranitar. Oh, sub flamethrower. Whatever it's emblematic of, throw that out the window. You just sub on a protect for the fans at home. Get some free... Get a free flamethrower from the Skarmory. In comes a Snorlax. It's some kind of mixed offense, I guess. There could be a Spiker, but it's a structure that's yet to be seen. Another... we've got a Fire Blast Snorlax. We've got a Fire Blast Snorlax, ladies and gentlemen. You've never seen anything like it. If I was the Skarm there, I probably would have stayed and been Fire Blasted, but... Altina wasn't born yesterday. Altina... Okay. We go for a boom. That's probably a good... Yeah, probably a good trade. If Hclat thinks that's worth going for. Sure. That could have been disastrous if he went Skarm in Intermezzo or something. We've got a Dragon Claw against a Protect Moltres. Very interesting. Hclat down to get... It was Toxic. I was going to say Will-O-Wisp, but down to get Status to just chip this Moltres. That could be a fair exchange. We go Tar. And this Tar is likely getting... This Tar could be something crazy. It could have Rock Slide. You never know. Goes for HP Grass. It's got Crunch. That's more typical, but you can get very custom with these sub Tars. I've seen some with, you know, very random coverage options. Alright, Molt's going to get more Toxic Chip with another Protect here, probably. Yep. And might just switch out to chip this Mence even further. You could even sack Skarmory at this point. Decides to go Swamp, but that's going to do pretty big damage. Pretty nice damage to Swamp it there. More Protects. That looks like a sub-Endeavor Swampert. Oh, unfortunate Pump Miss. Gonna be put into range of the berry. Gonna eat the berry. Are we gonna see like an Endeavor to bring this Pert down to a range where you can take it out with something else? Hclat needs some more heavy hitters to bring this one back. We see a Mag. Interesting structure from Altina. Skarm, Mag, Molt, Celebi. We've got a Claydol. Okay. Gonna Rapid Spin, I suppose. Altina said, why are you bringing my team against me? Is this an Altina team? Who knew that? Who knew that? Alright, we're gonna protect on that. And Tar could, you know, crunch the incoming Moltres or Mence here, or just go for a simple Flamethrower. Of course Hclat clicks the crunch. Of course he does. He needs something very good in the last slot to bring it back though. Could easily have something. And the Mence is getting a Declaw here, which is probably finished. No. I thought Scum was 18%. Tried to Fire Blast the incoming Scum, but didn't quite get there. Alright, Claydol can, I mean, spin, and then... What is the last Pokemon? It must not be something good, because Hclat is doing this instead of going to it. Hclat is doing this. It's a Metagross. And the Metagross is going to die to Moltres if anything dies ever. But Claydol can maybe come in against the Moltres. Okay, that sucks. And you can go Metagross on a Toxic. Okay, Claydol's Toxic, which is not good. I don't think Hclat wins. No way. No way. But I've seen crazier things. But I don't think there's any real way. Actually, a Jilgross. A Jilgross is a win con. A Jilgross. Agility, Rock Slide would win this battle. You know what? Hclat's probably trying to die on purpose for this. Is Hclat trying to die on purpose to allow a Jilgross? And you click Explode here to play around... Oh, but then what if you kill the Scum, allowing the Molt in? Yeah, you explode here. No. Okay, wait. Can Metagross live one... You explode now? Yeah, you Psychicked him into range. Well, he's going Molt. It must be a Jill, and he's trying to find an opportunity to a Jill, but he can't. Yeah. That was kind of... If that was a Jilgross, that was actually closer than it looked. I mean, the Molt is in Meteor Mash range, and Scum can't touch it, especially if Claydol dies. I think Altina picked up on that and was like, okay, he's trying to sack for a Jilgross last situation. I'm going to bring my Mence in here. Instead of... If the Scum dies, or if the Claydol dies while the Scum is in, it's over. Because you can just a Jill. Scum can't touch you. Can't roll you. There's no more Pokemon. So that would have been a loss. So Altina, aware of that, tries to do it in such a way that you die. And yeah, Hclat couldn't have exploded, or it was a loss as well, because he just goes Molt. One of those weird little dancing around at something situations that you see in Gen 3. I love those situations, actually. I think you see situations like that more in Gen 3, where like a lost Pokemon can randomly clean the game. This is going to be a fun one. We've got Arctic versus BKC. BKC, obviously, storied player. Don't know how up to speed he is with ADV. I'm sure he's been practicing leading up to this event. But we got Arctic, who's more of an up-and-comer. Got into CI6 on defeating myself in a random playoffs game because... what is it called? Play-ins. Because someone dropped out of the main event, and then me and Arctic were the runners-up, so we played each other, and I lost. And then he got into the main event and actually did quite well. So... He's a very cool player. He brings some wacky stuff like Articuno and like... I think Dusclops, or am I... No, he brought like a Gengar with Mean Look Curse, which was crazy. And BKC, I mean... He's got a Tyranitar named after him. He's got a history in this generation. We've got a Tarvis, a Suicune lead. And BKC goes for a Calm Mind turn 1. The Zap is faster. No crazy speed situations where it's like a timid Suicune versus a modest Zap. It's just a normal little interaction here. BKC takes that trade, which could end up being worth. I mean, that's a pretty good trade. Oh, unfortunate crit on that Snorlax. Goes for a Hail Mary Shadow Ball. Low risk to it. I like it. Finishes off Zapdos anyway. Might catch a Gengar coming in. And we got T-Tar Earthquaking a Metagross coming in. That's also... That's an astute one, because EQ probably threatens Snorlax anyway. In comes Zard on a Metagross, and it's a Flamethrower Zard. Arctic doesn't want to screw around with Mischance. Notably, there's no lefties. That is a Pataya Charizard or something. He doesn't go for the Pataya there. He could have subbed down to Pataya Berry. Didn't do it. Regice, which we saw a lot of in CI6. HP something right there. Probably HP Grass. Probably HP Grass. In comes Swampert for the... A lot of nicknames, by the way. Kind of distracted me a little bit. No item on that either. Got to be Sub Endeavor. Got to be Sub Endeavor Swampert. Nice situation there. BKC goes Metagross, calling out a switch to Regice. Goes Mag on nothing, but Mud HP Grass to threaten it. Yep. Arctic knows it's coming. Goes Breloom. Breloom slower. Must be a speedy Mag and a adamant Breloom. And such an unfortunate full power there. That would have taken out Mag easily. Goes for a Spore that time. BKC's super low on the clock. Stun Spore. A lesser seen option on Breloom. A lesser seen option. Not bad though. Unfortunately misses though, so I guess it is bad. I guess it is bad after all. And this Swampert surfs him, and maybe now he's in Torrent range. Maybe now he's in range of Torrent Surf. Well, Suicune's going to get finished off by that. Can Mag live? I guess it can, because Arctic is scared of that. Switches out, wants to save the Swampert for later. Perhaps for a sack. Breloom going to live the hit easy. Gets the Sky Uppercut through the para. Okay. Looking good for Arctic. But, you know, it's ADV. Anything can happen. Although BKC's main win con, Suicune, is deceased here. And Metagross is gone. What's next? We've got Salamence, which might be able to Dragon Dance up here and win the battle, honestly. Yeah, I think this wins. This is... Maybe you DD again. No. You could get T-Waved or something. Because I think Tyranitar might live, depending on the set. Tyranitar might live Earthquake. And this could dodge a Rock Slide. It didn't. Yeah, Tyranitar could live this, but it doesn't look like it has lefties. So, oh, it's DD Brick Break. I actually love that set. I really like DD Brick Break. Because, you know, the thing about DD Salamence is that Blissey can live a hit and Ice Beam, and Tyranitar often lives a +1 Earthquake. So DD Brick Break is really good to catch those guys off guard that would otherwise, like, be a backup check to you. I really like DD Brick Break. Yeah, this is over for Arctic. It didn't look good, but that's, you know, ADV has these situations, folks. You position a win condition in such a way, everything was chipped, there was no more ways to handle Arctic with a very aggressive team, not much, like, defensive backbone. The Swampert is an aggressive Swampert, not a defensive one. Kind of weak to a DD Salamence. Pretty damn DD Salamence weak team. Not even a bulky tar to live a hit. Even if it was Earthquake, I think it died. Probably. Because there was no lefties. It was probably just an aggressive tar, which... Yeah. So, bad matchup into DD Mence. It was looking good for most of the game, though. You just never had to let... The moment DD Mence got an opportunity, it was over. That's how it goes sometimes, folks. We've got Rob Jr. versus Triangles. Another couple of heavy hitters. Rob Jr. I've played against before. I think Triangles... I played against him in ADV NU or something. But I know he's a ladder fiend. Fake out on Smeagol is unorthodox. What does that achieve? Is that for something? Does that do something? Because the move slot on Smeargle could be so many different things. It could be like, there's so many useful things. And you choose Fake Out, which it must be for something specific. Maybe it lets you scout a set by the damage it does or something like that, which lets you plan what you're going to do. Yeah, it lets you see if the tar has leftovers or not. That could be it. You Fake Out, and then you can see, okay, he's Lum, so then I'm not going to Spore. Because I know he's Lum, I'm just going to make my Spike. That's actually why. That's the reason. Is that the reason, Triangles? Let me know. I think that's why. Because, yeah, no lefties, so you would have got it destroyed by... And then that informs that this is clearly Mixed Tar, because it's lefties, with Brick Break. You now have good info. And you've been hit into range of Endeavor Swampert, which was... That was kind of a good play. And HP Grass hits you just into Salac range, and you take it out. You Endeavor, and... I was going to say Celebi dies after Sand, but no, the Giga Drain lets it chip right out of Sand range. By 2% out of Sand range. Oh, wow. But Gengar going to finish it off. Triangle's looking ahead. He's got the Spike up. And it's an HP Grass Gengar. It's an offensive Gengar. In comes Metagross. Just going to blow up, not allow an agility or anything crazy. That's lets you get a free pivot too. Folks, if you don't know, if you die in Gen 3, the enemy can't act. So if you explode, the enemy cannot actually have a turn. You delete their turn. So that's... Explosion is used to trade. It's also used to just like pivot while passing a turn once. Which is great momentum right here, denying an agility. Or anything crazy. And Jirachi crucially lives that Earthquake. Allowing a KO. If Jirachi had T-Bolt, he could have clicked it there to cover a switch out, but might not have T-Bolt. Oh, dodges a Fire Blast. Goes for Psychic, which wouldn't have killed, so yeah, had to click Fire Punch. I mean, Rob Jr. still has a Charizard, depending on... Okay, your Swampert's dead, so Brick Break Charizard is crazy, whoa. It makes some sense. I mean, Charizard, the appeal of it is mixed offense. You want to threaten Blissey and even threaten Tyranitar with like Focus Punch while being like Fire Grass coverage. But Brick Break is like usually not enough damage. Right here it only does 62% to Tyranitar. Interesting choice. Yeah, that's cool. But Tar's going to live, but that chip might be crucial. I mean, this is now in range of Earthquake, where previously it would have died, and this DD Ments might just kill whatever's lost. Yeah, that's probably like Aerodactyl or something. Indoor, is it Indoor Salac? Because I'm going to go crazy. What in the damn world, folks? What in the world? Yeah, that was like the DD Ments, that's probably an arrow loss too. Oh my god. Wow, man. The insane Indoor Salac to outrun the DD's elements. That is beautiful. Gen 3 OU is the peak of Pokemon. This is just awesome. What the hell, man? How do you people think of this crap? That is so beautiful. Okay, McMeghan versus Golden Sun. I did watch this one while I was at work. It happened while I was at work, but I forgot what happened, so let's refresh our memories. I also missed some of it. I had to take some calls, etc. Let's see what happens. An aggressive Dragon Dance on turn 1. Gonna just get a crit on Metagross. It probably would have lived. Yeah, Doug comes in for the revenge. So, I guess neutral, but behind on momentum, free Scarm switch means a free Spike. So, McMeghan ahead a little bit here. Go Jolt. BP out, okay. Nice conservative play by... Not even conservative, more of a proactive play, I guess. Pivoting out. Trying to get some momentum back in this game. Leech HP Fire. I love the set. I love that set because it baits Skarmory exactly like this. Skarm usually doesn't mind taking a Leech, taking a tiny bit of chip to make Spikes, because Spikes are so much more valuable than this tiny amount of leech chip. And this Celebi who's sitting there doing nothing. You can just Psychic for like 1 damage. So that's why HP Fire Celebi is so good. You trick the Scum into thinking, I'm going to make spikes. And then you hit him with the big HP Fire. And Celebi goes for the Carmine. I love the idea. You're trying to catch the switch out, but Salamence is probably going to force you out here. Although, no, the Salamence is faster than you, so you got to get out of here. Into Zapdos, true. Resist flying. Probably live a Rock Slide if you want to go that way. Maybe T-Wave this or something. T-Wave will be a good move if you have it. Yeah, it hits Jolteon too. Hits Jolteon and Salamence. And you can BP here. You go Doug. Yeah, if he fails to BP. Nice play. Probably it could be HP Ice, which covers both. But Doug does live on 1 health to eliminate this Jolt. I guess that makes up for the early game crit. Now they're even. Doug got a good roll there. Living that. Ment's going to DD up, and Gengar is not what McMeghan wants to see. Gengar probably able to live, but McMeghan might have the set that... Okay, this is the layers of this. The McMeghan probably has the set with enough special defense to live Gengar Ice Punch if Gengar is invested into the bulk to live HP Fly, if that makes sense. Because Gengar can't have both special attack and bulk to live. It has to pick one or the other. So Salamence often runs special defense for the Gengar Ice Punch and the Swampert Ice Beam. It can EV for both of those. So Golden Sun here, knowing that the Ice Punch is probably going to leave Salamence on like 14 and then he's going to lose, goes for the Will-O-Wisp instead because that actually cripples the Salamence and allows like something to live a hit. That's a better move than the Ice Punch. So that was a nice play. And a burned Rock Slide is not going to do a huge amount, but Zap might get flinched. Doesn't get flinched. And based on that damage, that's got to be special defense invested a little bit. That did not much damage. Or it could be some kind of... I mean, it doesn't look like a Zap set that's particularly defensive. And going to try and go for an tank the HP Fly 1 final mix up there to chip the Salamence. And Zap still lives out of sand, so that was good. That was good. Does die now, though, but now Golden Sun can switch to whatever he wants. Goes Gengar, and... who's faster? Looks like this Gengar's faster, so gonna get a T-Bolt off. Dodge a Will-O-Wisp, okay. That's what he needs. Will-O-Wisp was... I'm thinking, shouldn't you just Ice Punch? You hit Celebi, and you're trying to hit whatever the last Pokemon is. Maybe you think it's something that gets wisped. Maybe you think whatever's last is not going to like taking a wisp, like a Snorlax or something. You think it could be a Snorlax? I feel like if it's a Snorlax, you want Mag or something. It's a Starmie. Okay, Wisp would have been slightly better of a Starmie than Ice Punch would, so I guess that's fair. Starmie makes some sense here. Could have also been like Claydol or something, I guess. Unfortunate pump miss. Oh, it doesn't have EQ on this Swampert. So Starmie might be able to clean up this game. Pump only has 8 PP though, so he's only got 8 pumps. He's got 5 left. One more pump and he can probably clean up the game. He just has to hit the pumps. You could... yeah, miss the one you don't need to hit. Perfect. Now just pump one more time. Oh, he could stall them. And now's a mix-up. You've only got 2 pumps left. You could do something other than protect here because he might Ice Beam to... but does Ice Beam kill you too? I don't think Ice Beam kills. You're going to Chip Heal once, right? Yeah. I don't think Ice Beam can deal 36, so... he might Ice Beam on a Protect to save the pump that he needs to kill Gengar. Because I don't think Gengar does to Ice Beam either. It's 41, yeah. So this is... Okay, go Celebi. Whoa. Okay, Swampert going to get a lot of chip heal now. Unfortunate Leech miss. Because if this Leech hits, now Starmie's Ice Beam probably does kill. And then you don't have to have a pump. And you only got 2 pumps. Okay. Well. Sacks the Dug. Yeah. And now you can, like, Giga Drain, I guess. Do you Leech again? You Leech again. So, but the problem is that Swampert now probably lives. Pump. It's chip healed too much. Swampert is chip healed up too much. You could get an Ice Beam freeze. Yes, you're going to Ice Beam. And then, I guess you got to click Ice Beam. And just go for the crazy, the freeze chance. Doesn't get it, gets surfed. That's so back here you could have... It's a tough situation though. It's not like back here you could have clicked Ice Beam on this Protect right here. Starmie could have clicked Ice Beam and then been able to pump. But maybe after this chip heal, you don't even live pump depending on the set. I don't know. Or actually, another thing that could happen is that McMeghan can sack... No, he shouldn't sack Gengar because Celebi can then win. Yeah, he would never sack Gengar just to stall a PP. Because then Celebi would win. Yeah. So you could have Ice Beamed on the Protect and then Hydro Pumped and you would have maybe got there. But it's a tough spot. It's a tough spot. You could have been unlucky this game. That was a good game though. There was a lot going on that game. Alright. I mean, in other ways, it wasn't a good game. It was a bit unclean, but it was also, like, interesting. It was an interesting situation. Thanks for watching, everybody. Those were good games. You know, honestly, I wish I was participating. I wish I was here. But they didn't pick Jim this year. Maybe next year. But I'm going to be eagerly awaiting each week for the replays with commentary for the fans. Hope that the Gen 3 fans out there, hope you like this. Haven't been doing as much Gen 3 content because of Gen 9 hype and all that. And it's much better for channel growth to make current gen content, which is important for a potential future on YouTube, of course. But you know, you guys know my heart is with Gen 3 always. And these games were beautiful. Some of these games were fantastic. Even, like, honestly, in Gen 9, some of the games that are, like, Garganical Toxapex versus Garganical Toxapex Goldengo, I'm kind of like, this is a bit of a snooze. But even if it's, like, a meta matchup versus meta matchup, it's going to be a good game in Gen 3. It's going to be good. Even if you're, like, Big 5 versus Big 5 or like something. You can't it's not going to be some lame crap. The cool things are going to happen. It's like impossible. It's almost impossible for a Gen 3 game to be boring. That's not true, but you know, the meta is cool enough that it tends to be... Who asked about my opinions here? Who asked? Who asked? Okay, thank you. Thank you to the patrons. New tier 3 patron Aaron C. requested a video recently. Thank you for that. Thank you, everybody. Thanks. Goodbye. Oh yeah, I'm going to do Mushi League stuff soon. Not today, my voice is a bit strained. But soon. Soon. Okay, see ya.